Hey y'all, so in honor of getting ready to start the front landscape, I thought I would put together a group of pictures and videos that I have from our old house where we redid the front and the back landscaping there. I thought it would be fun to take a look back at what changed there over time and kind of give you an idea of what's to come in the front and the backyard here at the new house. I have self-admittedly been really motivated lately in the garden. It's just been so hot, and when we first moved in, I wanted to get the back looking decent to where we could enjoy it as we first moved in, and as the temps start to cool off for fall, knowing that the front and the back wouldn't be done and really ready to enjoy until at least late fall. So that time is almost here. We're starting to get a few days that are cooler temps, except for this Saturday is going to be 106. So at least we're getting a tease of some of the fall weather, and it's kind of got me back motivated to address the front landscaping. Tommy and I were out there yesterday evening, and we were drinking some wine, and we were talking about what we wanted to do, and I still need to make a landscaping plan. In this video, you'll see some of the landscaping plans that I did for the front and the back at our other house, and I'm looking forward to getting that done. I've been working on it, but it takes me usually a couple weeks to do it because I'm constantly adding things as I think about it. But this is just a short video with pictures again and videos of what we did at our other house. I think that you'll see a lot of these same elements in our new house. Pay attention to the corten steel edging, the blue in the evergreens, the stones, the boulders, and those kind of things. This image that you're looking at right now is an image of the backyard when we first purchased our old house. So the first time I saw this backyard, I knew immediately what I would do with it landscape-wise, and we kept all of the large, mature structured plants that you see here, but we ended up losing a lot of them. We lost the mulberry on the right hand side to the ice storm. We lost the crepe myrtle on the left hand side to the ice storm, and we also lost the red tip in the very back along the fence to borers. So that was a bummer, but that's just kind of how gardening goes. So first things first, I wanted to take up some space along the neighbor's garage. So for that, I knew I wanted a blue evergreen. So I chose these Arizona cypress. They're drought tolerant. They did extremely well there and grew very fast. You can see here we don't have any of the edging in, but here is the corten steel edging that has yet to rust, along with the boulders and some more underscaping. We overseeded with fescue, and we also got the grass looking a little bit better, which we were pretty happy about. Here's some Nellie Stevens hollies. We have two other clusters of those in the yard. They're such an easy evergreen. And this Japanese maple is an Oshio Benny Japanese maple that I planted. It is my favorite plant in that backyard by far. Here is a completely re-landscaped picture of the backyard. I loved it back here. It was total paradise, and I'm hoping to get back to this in our new backyard. But New Guinea impatiens in the hanging baskets, impatiens in the ground landscape, the Dichondra Silver Falls that I always love to use in the hanging baskets, and everything is looking pretty good with the exception of the red tip that you can see back there that the borers had gotten after. There is a good shot of the growth on the Arizona cypress there in the back. And we also added these steps to get back behind the garage where our fire pit area was. We added this lattice that Tommy and I did ourselves, and I thought it made a huge difference on an empty fence. Again, here are more of the three clusters of the Nellie Stevens hollies. Such a great Oklahoma evergreen, tough as nails. And here is also just a couple shots of some of the pots that I had up near the back door. I thought these were pretty shots, so I thought I would go ahead and add these in there. These are a lot of the plants that I have up next to the back door at the new house. And then here is the landscape plan that I put together for the backyard, so you can kind of get an idea of what that looks like. And now for the front yard. So this is what the house looked like when we first moved in. Nothing bad. Again, another blank canvas. And here is the rendering that I did on my landscaping software for what I was kind of thinking in the front. I wanted to incorporate the large oak that we had in the front yard. So this is what I came up with. Most of the landscaping was heavy on the left-hand side, and our house was so symmetrical that I really loved the non-symmetry of the landscaping. We dealt with a lot of issues in this front yard, and the sprinkler system needed to be redone. So we decided to go ahead and do a complete overhaul, taking down layers of soil. We were dealing with some fungus in some areas that prevented the grass from growing. So we decided to go ahead and just bite the bullet and do everything right while we were at it. So the sprinkler system got a complete overhaul, which was really, really nice. Initially, it just had 4 or 5 rotor style, and we put a lot of pop-up sprayers to get an even coating of water throughout the front yard, which made such a huge difference. But you can see here the outline of the flower bed, and those big pipes are just our drainage pipes for the gutters. You can see here now they have added soil. They're starting to add the Corten steel edging. The boulders have been placed. So this group of guys is really great. They asked me for my opinion on everything. Where do you want the boulders? How do you want the Corten steel edging placed? And this is what we came up with. And over in this far left-hand side, you can see that that is our water meter. So we had to kind of work around that. That wouldn't have been my desired line for that particular piece of edging, but we just kind of had to work with what was already in place and kind of go around it. You can see here things are starting to take shape. They've completely got almost all of the edging set thus far. The rocks are in place. They're working on the sprinkler system. Now I've got all of my plants, and I have placed them where I think that they should go. The boxwoods were reused from the front yard and repurposed. Here's a side view and a front view. And the blue Atlas cedar in the front was one of my favorite plants in the front yard. It was really healthy. It did really, really well. You can also see here all of the flags for the pop-up sprinkler heads, which made Tommy's a fescue guy, and we love fescue, but it does consume a decent amount of water, and it's really important that it's even watering. And so this made a world of difference as far as the grass went. And it also made it easier for the flower bed because we customized that as well. I didn't have to water near as much, but a lot of these plants that I did choose for the front landscape were drought tolerant plants. The backyard was pretty high maintenance, so I wanted to go with a much lower maintenance landscaped front yard. You can see here everything has been planted and put in the ground. We have some lamb's ear, some heuchera, some fescue, some blue fescue, some catmint, some columbine was in there, some garlic, society garlic was also in there, artemisia, just a very cool toned palette. You can also see here that the fescue sod got completely installed, and things were really starting to come together. Other than the beds up by the house, which still had the pansies in them, the front yard was pretty much done. And I had already used some catmint and carried over into the new portion of the landscape what was already in some of those front beds. Like those front beds underneath the windows are filled with catmint, and they had some cactus in there. They had some boxwoods and things like that. So I thought that it was important to keep it cohesive. And I think it turned out really, really well. And this is by far the most low maintenance landscape that I personally have ever had. And that's why I want to bring over a lot of these same elements to the new front yard and to the new front and back landscaping, really. It just made life easy. It wasn't super high maintenance. It was pretty. It was drought tolerant. And overall, I liked it all well enough that I would do it all over again, and I plan to do it in the new house. And a few more things before I wrap this video up. I want to show you the sprinkler system that we installed, just so you can get an idea of kind of what I'm talking about, pop-up heads versus rotary. And then I'll list off the plants that I used in the front landscape. So there's some columbine, there's some purple sage, Mexican feathergrass, some society garlic, Helen von Stein lamb's ear, some blue fescue, artemisia, coral bells, catmint, some more blue fescue, Russian sage, some more columbine, more lamb's ear, more Mexican feathergrass, more garlic. You get the picture. So that is all that I have for this video. I hope that you all enjoyed the changes to the front and the back that we made at our previous home. And I'm getting so excited to start the process at our new home that I can hardly wait. So I hope you guys will tag along for that journey. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one. Bye.